Hey guys, yeah, sorry for the kind of awkwardness with holding the camera right now. I kind of tilted it around like this, so sorry about that. Um, well, yeah, you kind of wanted to come on here, give you a bit of a quick live Monday morning vlog blog. It is about, as you can see, 6:05 in the morning Pacific time. But I wanted to come on here, give you guys a bit of a blog. Um, the title basically says it best, back to normal. Now, I know I did a video um, recently where I talked about getting back to normal, things getting back to normal. And that, I believe I mentioned in there was the fact that today, being the 18th, things are kind of back to, I guess you could say, status quo for a while. Um, the reason I bring that up is because today my mom went back to work. I'm getting ready to get myself ready to, get in the shower and get back, get myself ready to go to work. So things are kind of going back to status quo to where, as far as my YouTube channel is concerned, I can try to get things done a little bit more now. Um, Now, of course, after what's happened, personally with my family, with the passing of my grandma, my mom's mom, a couple weeks ago, and us putting her to rest literally about over a week ago this past Friday. Um, it is still hard for a lot of us to kind of comprehend and accept what's going on. Um, but one thing I have learned, and I'm sure a lot of you will learn about this yourselves, is when it comes to moments like this and you live with family and that family has to take time off to kind of not the mentality, well, kind of the mentality, but basically collect the thoughts and everything, then you kind of start noticing them doing things that normally they would do if they have time off, but some things they wouldn't normally do, and a little bit more active and doing certain things like, like I said, that normally they probably would do with time off and sometimes they wouldn't normally do. And I kind of noticed that with my mom, she did things normally she would do. She had the time off, try to catch up with cleaning and stuff, but then she started doing things that were a little bit different. That, okay, I can understand that, why she did it or why she's, so active right now and everything and talkative, which is a good thing. But I can see why she's doing it, and it's mainly because she's keeping her mind off what's happened. I mean, she even she even said it to me herself that basically, you know, it's hard to focus on other things that you should be focusing on when you're thinking about your loved ones, about in her case, her mom. So, so yeah, I started noticing that she was doing her normal routines that she would do when she's off work, when she has time to herself to do it. But also, like I said, would notice her doing things that, she wouldn't do that much, I mean, at all. I mean, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example of this. I mean, I don't know why she did this, but I'll give you an example. So, so a couple of days ago, I decide to use, I decided to pull the Rainbow Dash cup here or mug here, which is more like a soup mug or a hot chocolate mug, but it also can be used for coffee. I remember pulling it out from here because my mom originally put it there. Now, after I cleaned it and everything, I put the Rainbow Dash mug over here, and afterwards, my mom, I guess, because like I said, she wants to keep the. I mean, she likes to keep this all clear and everything. She likes to try to keep it clear. So what she did is she opened this up and put the Rainbow Dash mug in here. So I'm thinking, okay, fine, she moved it, not a problem. But then when I opened that up and didn't see it in there, I looked down in these bottom shelves, didn't see nothing there, and then I went over here and saw it was moved over here, and I'm thinking, why did she move it over there? You know, why did she do that? Why did she move the mug over there? And I'm thinking, okay, maybe she was running out of space and all that, which is understandable. But in a sense, I think it's also the fact that maybe she was just doing it to keep her mind occupied still. Like, she probably just saw the mugs in there, thought, well, I need to make room, but I don't necessarily need to move this, but I'm going to, and again, maybe she had a reason. Maybe she wanted to make the room. But if she would have done that, she would have taken that. But here's what got me. If she was going to do that, she would have taken that mug, either put it back in there, or put it down there, or put it right there, make some room. But she didn't do that. And again, that kind of tells me she was finding things to keep herself occupied. She was. There's no doubt about that. I mean, she would go outside when it was nice, work on her garden, kind of trim some weeds, brush brush our dog's hair, stuff like that. That does keep her occupied. But like I said, it was just very evidential to me that even though she was doing things like the garden and all that she would do on her regular days off or time off, because that's what she loves to do, I started noticing, like I said, things like what I just mentioned about my Rainbow Dash mug. I'm thinking, okay, why did she do that? And to me, just little things like that, and then, I don't think she did much in my room or anything. But when it came to this rec room, though, she didn't do much either, but she became more vocal about it. Like, oh, you need to pull up, place your figures, your in Disney Infinity figures somewhere, stuff like that. And I'm thinking, okay, fine, I'll do that, clean it up, make it look nice. The point is, she was trying to be more active than normally she would be. I mean, now that she's back at work, things are going to for the next 2 weeks at least before her spring break, which she will be off for, and I'll talk about that later on in another video. Again, I just started noticing some moments here and there with her that, okay, I can understand that's naturally her, that's what she's going to do when she's off. But then I also noticed that there were things that she was doing that, okay, she would do, but she wouldn't do. Like, she would put time into it and she wouldn't put time into it. It's like, something was off a little bit. It's like something just didn't feel like, something she would do. I mean, she would do, I'm going to say, but wouldn't normally do even on her time off. She would only do certain amounts. And when she would tell me what she would do, I'd be like, okay, cool. Because, normally that's what she does. But then when she would tell me, oh, well, I also did this at times, so she would add in a little thing here and there, as far as I can remember. It kind of tells me, what's really going on. I mean, here's the thing. And I know my mom was trying to give the guy the benefit of the doubt, and he's a good mechanic. He really is. But he's had our car, or my mom's car, almost for about a month now. Now, I'm not going to deny that over the past month or so, weather hasn't been a reason for a lot of the delay in getting the car back to her. Nor am I saying that weather has played a played a part in certain parts that the mechanic would order getting to him when he needs to have them on a timely basis to help repair the car. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they haven't played any of that's played a delay, if you will. I'm not saying that being short of workers has played a part in the delaying of the car too. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that my mom, in the past, and my grandma hasn't played a part either. But I think honestly, if my mom really wanted to kind of keep her mind occupied, she would at least try to stay on top of the mechanic, see what's going on. I mean, look, I'm willing to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. He does do good work. He does do good work. But apparently, the most recent review he's got was a negative one. And I don't know if maybe that guy just had a service day, or maybe one of the mechanics that worked for the main mechanic had a bad day and just exposited it onto the customer. I don't know. But the point is, the majority of the reviews he's gotten have been positive, except for maybe one or two. So what I'm getting at is my mom is willing to give the guy the benefit of the doubt, but I think, in my honest opinion, as honest a mechanic as he may be, I would at least try to keep on top of him almost every week. Because I could tell, maybe it's just me, but I can kind of tell that my mom, she still has confidence. She still wants to give the guy the benefit of the doubt, give him time, make sure everything's working right. But I can tell my mom's kind of getting a little frustrated too. She won't come out and say it, and Lord forgive me for saying that. Lord forgive me for saying that. But, she's not going to come out and say it straight to me or my sisters or my brother-in-laws. She's not going to come out and straight and say, yeah, I'm starting to have my doubts. I mean, I trusted this guy at the start, but I'm starting to have my doubts. Now, the guy obviously is a fair mechanic, apparently, and is a generous mechanic, because the one thing he tells my mom to do, anytime she feels like it needs to be done, is to bring the truck in for a check on the fluids, like the oil and the oil, the windshield wiper fluid, stuff like that. Just bring it in and he'll do it for free. But here's where I guess you could say, if you were in my mom's shoes or in my shoes or any people's shoes, and you trust someone like him, here's where the red flags would go up. The red flag basically being that my mom called the guy up. The guy was supposed to call her up over this past week to let her know the status of the car. So she calls him. And ironically, he tells her about this gasket that he got in, this part that his workers put in, but it was leaking. It was a gasket that was leaking because perhaps there was too much oil. They may have put too much oil, or it was a lemon. It was a faulty part that they got in. And I'm thinking, okay, fine. So he says he'll call my mom Saturday to let her know that when the part's in, and that he's going to put it in, and then hopefully by Saturday, this past Saturday, she'd be able to get it. He didn't call. And again, she's willing to give him the benefit of the doubt because she wants to make sure things are working. Now, I've seen firsthand that he will show you the part that had to be, the actual part that had to be fixed and replaced. He will do that. But again, I think what puts up red flags for a lot of people is all of a sudden he brings up this whole gasket situation. And it's like, okay, why didn't you tell her that the last time she called you on the phone? That's the one thing, that's the one suspicion that people would have a mechanic like this, that even though he does all this good work, you kind of find it suspicious. Now, me, honestly, and my opinion, my opinion, Lord, forgive me. Um, some would consider, someone might start wanting to get on the top of this guy, on top of mechanics that do that. Because I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I've heard somewhere that sometimes mechanics, even local ones, they might do a good job, but the reason they are delayed in getting somebody's vehicle back is sometimes they allow themselves or friends or family to use said vehicle for their own means, and they come up with excuses as to why it isn't ready yet, and yet it probably is. Now, I'm not saying that's what the guy's doing. I'm not saying that. God forgive me for saying that. Lord forgive me for saying that. I'm not saying that's what the guy's doing, but that would throw up red flags. That might. What I'm trying to say is that would probably be one of the first things on people's minds as to, okay, why is it delayed when they've had it this long? And it's not just local mechanics either. It could be national mechanics as well. Auto shops on a national level. It's like, why are they saying they've had it? Why are they saying it's been delayed this long when they should have had it done? And to me, I'm trying to look at it. I'm trying to look at it from a technological standpoint, is what I'm trying to do. And that technological standpoint is if I had to send in my laptop or my computer to get fixed. And a lot of us have to do that. A lot of us have to mail in or mail out our computers or our laptops out of state, out of town, wherever to get fixed. And sometimes it takes a while for them to get back to us because they got to get the parts in there. They got to order certain parts for it, install those parts, make sure everything's working, and go from there. So I'm looking at it from that standpoint. But honestly, again, though, I can kind of tell, maybe it's just me. My mom is getting frustrated a little bit, but hopefully, all that pays off this week, maybe even today, and she gets her car back because, she said God has a reason for a lot of things. There's a reason God has her driving the truck right now. So we'll have to wait and see what occurs starting today. But hopefully this week, God willing, she gets her car back because I know she misses saving gas driving that car. But yeah, I'm sorry if I went on a little bit of a tangent there, but basically what I was trying to get at when I was talking about that is instead of trying to keep on top of the guy and just let him know, hey, every week I'm probably going to give you a call once a week to kind of see how you're doing. I'm trying to keep on top of him and try to get the car back sooner. It's like, because of everything going on and, her trying to, focus her mind elsewhere on things that to her right now, the car is a minor situation. And in a situation that my family's gone through, that's pretty much true. It is a minor situation. But again, we'll just have to wait and see what they say in the future. Honestly, about the car, and hopefully we get it back. Hopefully she gets it back today or this week. But anyway, it's things like that. Like not keep it on top. Maybe calling at least once, or maybe once every other week, or once a week, to figure out what's going on, how much longer it might be, to kind of kind of put her at ease, kind of be like, okay, I see what you're talking about. I'm willing to wait that long. Da da da. I get that. But and here's the thing though. Like I said, she's called the guy instead of letting him call her because I think one, she's trying to find things to keep her mind occupied, but she's also getting to that point like, okay, dude, I trust you, but your trust is starting to kind of wear a little thin. But again, Lord, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Now, it's not just things like that either. I mean, she becomes now one of the things that obviously is needed in this time, in these kind of times, is to be very talkative. And she is very talkative. She really is. Believe me, when she gets off work, first thing she likes to do is talk about how her day was at work. And I know she's going to talk to me today about how her first day back is going to be. But the thing is, it's not just that either. Like I said, she tries to be very talkative about a lot of things. How do I say this? I could have my door shut because I want to relax a little bit because I either work or I have a day off and I want to relax. She'll knock on the door or go knock knock, open it, and just talk about something or show me something or da da da. That okay, normally she does do that, but there are also times that she doesn't do that as constantly. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, it goes back to what she said to me about what's going on. Because I have family that does kind of feel like they rush her. That, in her opinion, there is family and friends that kind of rush her at times. Where it's like, come on, guys, you got to realize she just lost her mom, my grandma. So it's like, give her a chance to breathe. Let her do other things instead of acting like this and that. It's like. It's like with, yesterday, it's like both my sisters had their own St. Patrick's Day dinners with corned beef and all that. And one wanted her to go to her house, the other invited her beforehand. So it's like, come on, guys, why can't we just do this all together and be done with it? So, but that didn't happen. So it's like, it's been one of those, like I said, it's been one of those several weeks, a couple of weeks, 3 weeks actually, as a matter of fact, that she's, that she and the rest of my family has tried to keep themselves very occupied, keep our minds on other things. And this is why, for me, because I got to get in the shower in just a bit anyway, why people like me kind of basically keep on my, go back to work, because I took the Monday after my grandma passed off as a bereavement because of the fact that I needed to be there emotionally for my mom. And then after we put my grandma to rest, on the Friday that I also took a bereavement, I also took that Monday as well. So, because emotionally, mentally, you want to kind of be there to support your family in this time of loss, especially with your own parents. And then afterwards I went back to work. And that's what I did also the week before. It's like I need to get my mind focused on other things, and work was one of those situations. And that was just notifications about me getting some email through Yahoo Mail. Anyway, it's just one of those situations to where it's like, myself, my aunts, my sisters, we need to get back to work or something to get our minds off of what's going on until, certain times are needed to put our minds back on it. And, that's what we did. So yeah, it's been one of those strange, so like I said, it's been one of those emotional, these past 3 weeks have been emotional, for me and my family and my mom especially, because like I said, things, like I said in that one video, trying to get back to normal. Well, this is getting back to normal, this is basically getting back to normal, if you will. Because basically, for me, I wouldn't be able to do something like this. I wouldn't be able to do something like this or anything to, as far as my channel is concerned. And then tomorrow I'll probably be able to do a whole day's worth because I'm off, so I can be up at this time and not have to worry about rushing out the door or anything. And then next week is completely like bonkers crazy with my schedule. But then spring break, of course, I'll get into that later on, is going to be a different animal in itself because it's at one of those moments in time during the year to where I have to change my schedule up just a little bit. But yeah, it's like I said, it's been an emotional 3 weeks, and that's why when you see my videos come on, you'd be seeing me doing a little bit more premieres, doing things late at night or early in the morning, or even doing breaks at my job, because those are the only times I would have during this time. And really, it really is just, hopefully we don't go through this for a long, hopefully my family or any family out there doesn't go through this for a long, long time ever again. Because, it's something that no families have to go through. And health-wise, it is good that you try to keep your mind occupied on other things, but, sometimes it's like you really need to keep maybe going back and doing certain things, like going back to work might help out mentally as well. I mean, again, that's what my aunts did for a while. They went back to work to kind of focus on other things, and instead of staying at home and all that. I mean, they would take certain days off because they had to make arrangements, finalizations and stuff. But again, it's just been one of those situations to where it's like, we needed to support each other, and we did. But it's one of those things that basically changes the outlet. As far as, like, let's say you use YouTube to make money and make a living, it's one of those situations to where it kind of disrupts you, but it disrupts you because you need the support. And as far as those that don't make money off their YouTube channels, it does disrupt you, but you try to find a way around it. And I did that. And hopefully things will get back to normal now. Because I know my grandma's in a better place, and she would want things to get back to normal. I know her. We know my grandma. She'd want us to get back to our normal lives and not worry about anything anymore, or not feel sad about her loss, because we know she's in a better place. But anyway, yeah, it's been one of those strange emotional 3 weeks. But that's all I'm gonna say, guys. I gotta get ready myself to go to work. It's about 6:33 now, so I gotta get ready for work. But thank you for taking the time to watch this Monday morning blog / vlog. And everything. Sorry for any additional sound effects or vibrations. But again, thank you all for watching this live vlog blog on this Monday morning. Really appreciate that, and hopefully I'll be back later, maybe with another video during my lunch break. If not, it'll probably be more of an audio portion for a video. And hope you guys enjoyed the 2 new editions of the PMVs, basically modified versions of the Touch Music video that I did about a month ago. What I did basically with that is I added in took out some scenes, edited out certain scenes, added some scenes, and apparently it's getting a huge response. And not just because I linked it to Twitter and certain Facebook group pages, but anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. But that's all I'm going to say, guys. I'm going to get in the shower now, and get ready for work. So let me know what you all think down below. Thank you all for taking the time to listen to this live on this Monday morning. And I am out. God bless. Take care.